All right, so moving into the extra credit, I'll only award extra credit when all assignments have been complete. And there is actually no extra credit per se right now that is available. But again, there could be something. And if there is something, I will make sure I announce it in the news and announcement section where you'll see it and can apply for it, so to speak. So, but right now there is nothing for extra credit. Late work, let's go into that policy. So I'm asking you to start working, of course, towards deadlines because deadlines are important. As you know, deadlines really run the world. So with that being said, and as future educators, you need to work on getting things done and on time. So for late work, what I'm asking you or telling you is kind of meeting you halfway. So for field assignments such as the 4 field assignments you have to do, the toy box, the reinforcement, the analyzing classroom space, and interviewing or observing an educator, you have 2 full days to turn those in late. So everything is due on Sunday, but you have until Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. to turn those in. So 2 days past the deadline to submit your field experiences. However, and let me make sure you're clear with this policy does not apply to review assignments, to the quizzes, or to the final paper. So get your quizzes done first, get the material done first, and then work on your field experience last. That gives you that 2-day grace period. The reason being, if I opened it up and you could turn it in anytime, it's just too much for me to grade to be consistent. So make sure that you turn things in on time. You have the 2-day window for the field experiences, but not for the quizzes. So make sure you're aware of that. Response times, I get back to you usually within a week or so, give or take, and do look at the feedback I give back to you. It's important. It helps you construct and relate to your next paper. So do look at that, but I do take the time to read all of them and, of course, evaluate them with a rubric and other comments. But if you email me, phone, or have a question, feel free to connect with me through CourseDen or through UWG email. I'm usually good at getting back within 24 hours, with the exception of the weekends. So I'm here Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I try to spend with my family. I have 3 children at home that we do gymnastic meets and basketball and soccer and many other things. So I try to detach myself from work once in a while on the weekends. So Monday through Friday, I'll get back to you 24 hours. If it's on Saturday or Sunday, I'll respond to you on Monday. I have class in Noonan. I teach from 9 to 11 and then the driving back here on campus. So I usually get back to you between 12 and 4, I guess, by the time I get through all my emails. The online week is 16 weeks total with no final exam, but make sure that, again, you stay on top of everything. Academic week begins on Monday and finishes on Sunday, so you actually get 2 full weeks to complete assignments and turn them in as well. Anyway, you can read all this on your own time, navigating the course, meeting deadlines, just some useful tips here as well for online success. But the key is really log in often and stay on top of work. That will help you to be successful. A lot of students struggle with online classes, not because that the work is more challenging, it's because there's no accountability or anyone sitting there with you telling you, do your work, get it done, because you can always push it off until it creeps up on you, and then that 11:59 p.m. deadline happens on Sunday. So log in consistently, please. And then the final last thing here is moving into the EDUC policy. So I mentioned before that if you don't meet your 10-hour requirement for the course, or you're not familiar with or you're not able to complete your 10 hours, so you miss an assignment or something like that, then you do have to repeat the EDUC course. That's a Board of Regents policy, not University of West Georgia policy, and you can't take the same course from the same instructor. So even though I might be teaching it in the summer, you can't take it from me. You'd have to take it from somebody else. So that is a policy. All right, so that's the syllabus. Let's go ahead and look at the roster profile assignment, which is due on January 15th. So for the roster profile assignment, this is just a silly little assignment, but it lets me know that you have logged into CourseDen and you're familiar with what we need to do. Because I also have to report to Registrar that you have reported to our course and you've looked at our class. And so this is one way for me to make sure that you have logged in, completed material, and you're part of our course. So getting to know you, create your roster profile. I'd like to know you a little bit and your background, or anything you can provide, and that we can see a little bit about me as well. So for this assignment, I'd ask you to go to the class list tab, which is under the communication tab in Courseden, and click on your photo. Once you've done that, you can upload a new photo, of course, and then include any of the following that you'd like to share. More or less is fine, but just something. So if you look over here on, or excuse me, communication tab, come to class list. And then let me go ahead and come into student mode so you can see what it looks like. So class list, and I'll come down here. There's my picture. Click on my picture, and you can add in, again, change the picture, hometown. So here's where I do my introduction. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I used to say I say y'all now. I've been in the South for about 16 years, so long enough that I don't consider myself necessarily a full-blooded Canadian anymore. Anyway, here's my contact information. I went to Tamanawa Secondary School. If you're interested, here's the website to go to that page. I attended Thomas University, Columbus State University, and the University of Alberta as I started my doctorate there. My birthday, November 8th, so open to cupcakes on that day or anything. Here are some taglines, some quotes, my interests. I teach right now mat Pilates, yoga, among other courses, EDUC courses, as this one. Also, our early childhood, I teach in that department, health and physical activity. I also teach physical education courses. So they got me teaching a lot of different things, but that's some of my background. I like home improvement. I try to play around with the drill and things. Doesn't always look as pretty as I envisioned, but I try to be handy. I just got a saw for Christmas, so we'll see how that happens. I like to garden. I like to travel. I've been all over Western Europe. I've been to Central America. I've also been all over Canada, the United States, and Hawaii, I guess if that counts as well. Love nature, love being outside, even in this cold weather, and I love animals. I have two little fur babies, kittens, cats. They're called Spook and Squash, black and orange, appropriate for their colors and their names. Favorite music, I like classical music, also some yoga music. Favorite books, big Velveteen Rabbit, Winnie the Pooh fan. I'm a kid at heart, what can I say? Early childhood is kind of where I am. But adult books, I love Outliers and Blake by Malcolm Gladwell. Highly recommend those. Favorite TV shows, I'm a Shark Tank person, even though I could never go on there. I like watching it. House Hunters, love it or list it, and most recently I'm now into Madam Secretary, which is kind of interesting on Sunday nights. So, favorite movies, Wonderful Life, Christmas season movie, The Sound of Music, I want to spin around in Austria like Maria, and I like Moneyball because I'm a big baseball fan as well. Quotations are there, websites there as well, and my future goals, in addition to most memorable learning moments. So anyway, if you want to read any of that, the rest about myself, feel free to do it. Just wanted to give you a brief introduction of myself. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you this particular round. So we looked at the syllabus, we looked at the course plan, we looked at the roster profile assignment, which is due January 15th. And then our session 1 begins on January 16th at 12:01 a.m. Anyway, have a good week, guys. I hope your week's off to a great start. Stay warm, and let me know if you have any questions. See you later.